Hey y'all, and welcome back to Faith, Family, and Funny Reviews. If you're new here, on this channel I share with you delightful, family-friendly, and faith-based movies and television shows. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and get into our special feature today, which is titled Peace River. And you can actually find this film streaming right now on Pureflix. But first, here's what this feature is about. Crushed by war and personal loss, a former soldier turned rodeo cowboy must rely on his faith to reclaim his will to live. Friends, this was such an emotional composition, a beautiful piece of art. I'm telling you, you are just going to fall in love with these characters here in this film, and the whole story, the whole plot in itself is just breathtaking. Like, here we meet this darling little boy. His name is Casey at the beginning of this film, and I just love that it's like we get to grow up with him. And I love that because they managed to accomplish this in a film where we get to see like these little periods, like we'll get to see like a year later or some months later, which makes us feel a connection even more with these characters, even though it's very, very brief in such time periods, but it's so impactful that you are on this journey with these characters. You see them growing and you're growing with them, and I love this. For it to be a film, I'm just like, wow, they really accomplished something very special here. So yeah, we meet Casey at the beginning of this film, and he is very, very small here at the very, very beginning, and you just love him, the way that his pops is teaching him from a young age how to be a person of integrity with just and like you just see the way that the pops is, well, pops is grandpa, but we call him pops, okay? So that's what I mean. So pops here is raising little Casey along with his mother and the grandmother here in this film, because obviously Casey lost his father at a very, very young age. So these adults here made such a safe haven for Casey, a wonderful stable home for him. Even though he did not have a father in his life, he had his pops, which was more, than a father here. He made up for more than what Casey could have ever lost. So it's like Casey doesn't even really feel the effects of that loss. Of course, he knows, yeah, he doesn't have his dad, but Pops did such a beautiful job here, just making up so much for this little boy. And he teaches him how to be a man from the very, very, like, beginning of this film. You can see him molding him with integrity, with courage, and the way that he teaches him how to treat people, how to treat women with just a tender gentleness, to be honest and faithful. It's just wonderful to see this, y'all. People, parents here, or anybody have any young children or young adults in your life, you can definitely take some tips from this film. It's just so wonderful to see this going on. But yet Casey had to go through so much, like with life, life like real life. You just never know what's going to come your way, and you can choose to make the right decisions and allow God to grow you up, mature you, and strengthen your faith and all these wonderful things. And we get to see this here with Casey, that he is growing, he is maturing, and alongside of him is his best friend at the time, because they grew up together, Maria, and she is growing up, and they both are like into horses, have a love for horses, have a love for nature and the land, because the way that they grow up out here, I think it's like New Mexico or something like that, but whatever it is, they are around a lot of rodeo and different things like that. And Casey is bull riding, he learns to do that, and he becomes very, very good at it. And Maria is doing her barrel racing. So they are supporting each other, they're encouraging each other, and as they go into that young adulthood, we get to see different changes in the relationship and the transition of becoming a child into a young adult. And it's just so many different things take place. A betrayal takes place, and I'm telling you, it was this one scene, y'all know I try to keep it spoiler free, but it's this one scene that went down between Casey and Maria. My goodness, it surprised me. It caught me off guard, but I was like, okay, Maria, you go, girl. You don't play. You stand up. This is a godly woman, okay? I just love how she held her own, and she was not willing to allow anybody to abuse her, to make her feel less than who she is in the Lord Jesus Christ. She was not playing. She stood on her principles, her morals, even if it meant losing the very person that she loved since she was a little girl. And I just thought so many women could learn from this lesson here in this film, the way that Maria handled that. It was so inspiring, it was so beautiful, it was breathtaking, and it just really showed what a woman of God looks like and how impactful and how influential a woman of God can be in the lives of those around her. And Maria was that for me in this film, and I so loved her here, okay, in that scene. But I don't want to go into details, but you're gonna know what I'm talking about when you watch it. And y'all come back and let me know in the comments what y'all felt, how y'all felt about that, and all that kind of stuff, because I want to know so I can laugh with y'all, okay? But this film was so beautiful. The overall is very, very emotional. You are gonna cry, some good cries here. It's gonna grow you up and definitely make you feel closer to the Lord your God, and at least make you definitely give you that that desire to want more and more of him, and to spend that alone time with him and allow him to just be everything that you need him to be, because we know no human being or no thing could ever replace him or take his place, y'all. But that's all I have for you for this video. I want to thank you so much for joining me, and until next time, may the Lord bless and keep you both now and forevermore.